Hey everybody, good morning. This is John with Retired Renegade Adventures. In this adventure, we're going to kind of go back in the area that all of this started. Although I've been exploring forever, even all the way back into my time when I was stationed in Germany, and I had a partner, and I used to go explore old World War II bunkers, and it goes even back before that. But after my previous wife passed away from cancer, I started this channel, and it's been about 5 or 6 years ago. And one of the areas that I like to go to personally is the Harquahala mountains, and in that area around Aguila, up kind of in the area of Wickenburg. Reason is it's great mining territory. Always something to find up there. And I'm kind of getting back to my roots. And I'm taking all you folks with me, those of you that want to come along for the ride. If you haven't already done so, please like, subscribe, follow us here and on Facebook and on other platforms as I get them up. I already have my vanilla iced coffee, so we are going to be good to go. See you out there. Alright, just for the record, if you guys notice camera differences, volume differences, it's because I'm actually testing a new system as well. I mean, my favorite is my GoPro Session. I use it everywhere. It's small. I can throw it in my pocket. But it has no stabilization. So we'll see. This particular one is being done with my GoPro Hero 9 Black, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to be taking video with both and see what works, because that bounces around and this hopefully does not as much. So you guys let me know. Throw some comments down. Actually, feel free to throw comments down anytime. It's always appreciated. Now, time to get back to driving. I'm getting off today and heading off into those mountains over there, or over there, is Salome Road, called Harquahala Valley Road, because it splits right up here. One road going right, the other name going left. And if I remember right, it is Salome Road to the right, Harquahala Road to the left. This is also where I get off to go back over to Saddle Mountain, which is where we go kicking rocks for fire agates. And like I said, Salome Road to the right, Harquahala Valley Road to the left. We'll go right. And actually, I'll be turning off of this road. I want to say it's like Eagle Pass Road or something like that, which takes us more into the mountains, because Salome is kind of on the way to Bouse, which I've taken you to before, further up this road. Yep, Eagle Eye Road. And Aguila is out this way. Now, this is where the adventure really begins, because I'm going to be looking for side dirt tracks, because I have found diggings and old abandoned mines, and up in those mountains over on the left hand side is supposed to be the Smithsonian Observatory from like the 1930s, which I've never been to that. I've been close, but I need to kind of take my quad to that one. So let's see what else we can find. So about 3 miles down Eagle Pass Road, found a dirt trail heading east, and then ran into this I think it's still used, and it's still fairly modern, but it's not. And it's actually a pretty good size. And I know that they have, they still do a lot of cattle out here. And this is where I'm at. And I'm free range exploring right now because I've never been down this trail. And that is part of what we do. Just pick a trail and go. You go further. Okay, I'm ready to go further in. Top is back a little bit, windows down, AC off. It is middle of April, but it is also already in the 80s here, and will be in the 90s down in the valley. So typical Arizona, it's warm. Well, we are just kind of cruising through the underbrush here a little bit. In and out. I just crossed a small river bottom. There was no water in it. But we're getting closer to the mountains back here. That is what this trail is that we're heading down. Now, something that did catch my attention is how, and it's a little further, or I don't know, you can catch it on this camera, but there's a lot more vegetation over there along that one ridge. So either there was a river bottom down that way, or something else. Well, it isn't what I'd call technical, but it is definitely sandy and not well traveled. My wife's Dirty Girl Golden Eagle is still more than up to the task. Likes it off-road. It's, ooh, wow, ow. Likes it out here. It's really changed. We went from just a few saguaro to lots of cholla jumping cactus out here. And I remember these from exploring out here before. I tried to give them some room because they hurt. Wow, look at some of these. These have been here a while. Came across a little unmarked side trail here, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. Show that there is actually a trail here of sorts. I'm going to head back in this way and see what's here. Oh, there you go. Oh, awesome. Cactus in bloom. Here we go again. Okay. Does it come out the other side over there? Huh. I think so. Yes, it does. All right, well, we're to the other side now. A little more Arizona pinstriping on my black paint. And still on the trail. This is a cool section of trail, actually. A little bouncy, but going in between hills and bigger hills or small mountains. I was talking about, check out all of the rock flow. I mean, there is some scrub that has taken hold inside all of those rocks. But that's essentially a cinder or lava flow. Been like that since, oh, probably millions of years now. This trail, I have not seen a lot of signs of old or modern human habitation. And this hasn't been used all that recently, but there's a little bit. So somebody's been down this trail. But that's a cool old tree. So we'll keep heading on here in a moment. The problem that you run into out here is just deciding where to go. I've got another turnoff here. That kind of heads back towards the road that we left, Eagle Eye or Eagle Pass or whatever it is. And this continues in. So I think I'm going to continue in. Yeah, let's do that. There is an advantage to being somewhat retired because today is Tuesday. So I haven't run into another off-roader, four-wheeler, razor. Oh, look, another trail. So the downside is if I get in trouble, I'm going to have to hike out somewhere because I don't think I have any cell service. I didn't a few minutes ago. And I did not bring my GPS emergency signal with me because I wasn't planning on being that far out the road. And I see mine works right over there. Can't resist. On my way. Even if I don't find anything but flowers and scenery, this is worth it. Just a little trail out in the middle of the Harquahala Mountains. And when you get closer to these, this looks like old cinder or lava flow. The dark black rocks. It's still quite the adventure. See what other little interesting things and or critters I find out here. That way. This little trail led to a larger trail, and I have no idea what trail this is, but I'm going to turn right and keep heading into the mountains. Well, it's only been a couple of miles, and in that time we've gone from a lot of cholla cactus to a thick, fairly thick stand of saguaro. And some of these are pretty old. I don't know if you could see that one back on the other side of that tree, but that one's got yeah, several arms already. So is that one over there. That one's got probably like 10 arms, short ones coming out of it. So this is an old stand of saguaro here. Up there yet, but the saguaro are beginning to bloom. If I'd have come probably 2 weeks later, most of these saguaro would have, or a lot of these saguaros would have white flowers on top of them. This is what I look for. Never been down this trail, don't know where the hell I am. I'll look at my maps and kind of figure it out so that I can point it out to others in the Jeep group. But remnants of old mining structure. Not only is it old, because this was treated almost like railroad ties. Those are square nut heads. Let's get around the corner here, take a little deeper look. Oh wow, holy crap, look at this. And this is not fenced off or anything. Huh. Wow. I'm loving it. This was, they dug a lot out of this, and I might have to go. There's a site called The Diggings, which shows all the mine works. It's at least new enough that this was poured concrete right here, right below the little trestle there. And I don't want to touch anything. I don't want to be that guy that like falls into this hole. Let's see if I can. There we go. You can see what I can't see. All right. I'm going to pocket the camera and head down. And I will probably do a duplicate on my other camera just to make sure I get this and that the cameras don't go south. Here, sometimes there's writing or information stamped into the can. Didn't bring my nothing really on this one. It's pretty old though. All right, we'll just put that right back where I found it. Definitely an old can because they had to use a can opener on this. I don't see any writing again, but just another indicator of how old this mine operation is. All right, I'm using my other camera right now to make sure that I get this documented, just to make sure. But this is one deep hole. And you can see light way, way down there. That's probably at least 100 feet. And no safety. Awesome, awesome possum. Like I said, this is why I come up here, is to find these and document them, do a little video on it, because this will eventually all go away. Either it'll collapse on its own, or our safety conscious people will come out and say too dangerous for people to be around. Wow, 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 wow. Now let me show you what I was talking about here, because as I was coming up here, the trail goes right next to this one. So if you're not paying attention, you could drop into a really deep hole this way. And here it is. Here's the trail, and they're only 5 feet. And you got another one. And then there's another one a little further over here. All one big deep trough. Right along here. All the way down. Sweet, absolutely sweet. All right, getting a little breezy up here. Gonna take a few regular photos, and we'll be on our way. Because I think there's more. I think there's more mine tailings straight over there. And probably something in that dark spot right over there. Head on the other camera which just gave me an error message. So now I'm back to my session again, which is why I always carry this. But that's where we just were, and just down from it is this foundation for a structure right here, and it's off angle from that. And this is all black on the inside, so maybe this was the equivalent of a coke mill or coke oven. Possible, I guess. I was kind of hoping I'd see a scribbled in date somewhere on one of these. Oh, lizard. Hello, Mr. Lizard. Yeah, I know. You don't see a lot of people up here. Well, nobody wrote in, so I don't see a date. But this is turning out to be a much bigger structure or operation than it originally looked like. So I am curious now. I mean, I'll look at my more modern map and see if I can kind of pinpoint where this is. For what it's worth, and I'm not sponsored or anything, I don't get paid by them, but Delorme makes great maps, and some of the older ones actually have topographical symbols on it to show where the mines used to be on the map. So that is just one more clue. You could pore over Google Earth or Explore Earth as well and see some of this stuff and try to pick out a trail. But since I like to free range explore, I look at maps first, and that way I can actually carry it with me so that I don't need an internet connection. We're going to head up that way, I think. We got here. Now, one thing I do if I'm exploring, and like that foundation that I just found over there, I go back to my old military roots and start doing a search and just basically start doing a circle pattern. Go out for a little bit, see what else is there. And this I might need my flashlight for this one, because I don't know if this goes just back and it's like a dynamite shelter, and I think that's it. But that, yes, well, I don't know. That actually looks like tin, and this blocks off an entrance shaft. This could have been ventilation. All right, let me go get my flashlight to shine in. There's a really old shotgun shell in there. All right, because I can see tin up and above, so I don't know if it was just put there to prevent the rock from filling this up, or we'll tap on it in a second. Maybe I'll get a stick or something and see if it sounds hollow. Okay, I think this is Eagle Eye Road right here that goes to Ambrosia Mill, which we'll eventually get to. But I think we're right in either here or maybe as far as up in here. I'll look on, we're still in Maricopa County, actually. This is where, after that, we look at Google Earth and, Explore Earth. But these maps are priceless. And like I said, each one of these little marks
is supposed to be where a mining operation was on this particular map. I just looked at a slightly newer version from New Mexico, and I have not seen those yet. So they may have been forced to remove this information. That's why you want to pick up old maps. Speaking of hold on. Speaking of look at this, I was kind of following it around. And this looks like a trench dig. Okay, this is awesome, actually. Well, plenty of a great place for snakes. Let me get my walking stick. We're going to take a little hike down here. Gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this was more than I bargained for. Because I did not expect to find the equivalent of a slot canyon, which I think is something that they actually dug out or trenched out. Because I don't think this was originally this way here. Especially since you can kind of see evidence that this stuff has been pushed up. So, let me switch hands here. Got my handy walking stick. And we're going to cruise down at least a little bit. This is definitely snake territory. Lots of bushes for them to hide, rocks to warm up on. But how can I resist? See you down there a ways. I made it down the bottom, and I'm climbing up the back side. And this is where I was. This is cool. This has been here a while. I saw some rotting wood in the bottom. There is an old tire down there, really old tire. But those bushes didn't come in overnight like those trees down in the middle there. So just another indication of how old this was. I'm going to guess 1930s or 40s. I don't think it was older than that, just by the fact that it was poured concrete and some of the nails that I saw on the little dynamite shack or whatever it was. But let's crawl up the backside of this and then go back around to where the Jeep's at, and we'll work our way out of here and see what else we can find, if anything, before we hit the road again. Got a few cans back here. Old campsite where they decided to cook their food, and you can tell again, used a can opener. Let's see, so liquid of some sort, evaporated milk maybe, I don't know. Let's see if I can see anything here. Not really. Let me put my regular glasses on, but that's pretty faded out. That's going to be able to help me much, but it's Richardson Oil Corporate SEA 30. So straight 30 weight oil. This one was SAE 20 with no marking on the top or the bottom. So these were old oil cans. That means that there was machinery back here somewhere at some point, or this was where they just tossed the cans when they were done, because I see a couple more up there. It says for service MSDS SAE 30. Does the same thing. So interesting find. I'll probably try to look up the Richardson Oil one, kind of give me an idea of maybe when this area was still being worked. In reality, that's all it is. It's just one big mystery, and part of doing this is do a little research, hunt. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then, and I found a couple. Well, it's not real bad, but it's not well traveled either. And I was just following what was the main trail that I kind of followed. And now, I mean, we're headed the right direction towards those mountains. We're going to run across Eagle Pass Road. So we're okay. It's just I kind of have to take my time to do this. Well, I made my way out a little bit, made my way back to trail 91111, and then where that little roundabout camp spot was that I mentioned that there was an offshoot trail. I made my way back to that, and then I saw this. And I don't know what that is, so we're going to go up and explore that. We're going to take a moment and go ahead and hike up this hill. I could drive up it, but I don't know what's up there, so I don't know if I could turn around or if I'd have to back my way all the way down. And for a short hike, it's worth just putting some shoe leather to the ground and go hike it. We must be getting close because I see a cattle sign over there too. And there is a windmill. So, more modern signs of human habitation, which this up here I think is the same way. Maybe not. I see nails up on top of it. That's pretty old too. Oh, there's the highway. Okay, so we're right off the road of Eagle Pass. Now, how do I get there? Bottom of that structure. Still no dates that I could see, but this is still way cool. Alright, Jeep's back this way. Welcome to Aguila, Arizona. I've been through here many times in my explorations. I've kind of done the loop. I'm not going to be heading back on Interstate 10. So, this is kind of the end of today's adventure. I found 3 old mine operations. That's way better than I normally get. I am glad that you came along for the ride. Hopefully I don't get killed here. Anyway, if you haven't already done so, like I said, please like, subscribe, follow us here and on Facebook. If you have anything to say, go ahead and put it down in the comments.